Hello Lifetime Health and Fitness class. Thank you for tuning in again. I'm sorry I ran a little bit long on the last one. This one shouldn't be nearly as long, but I want to make sure that I answer your questions. And I want to make sure that when we come in on Wednesday and certainly on Friday, that we really have a better understanding of what it is our expectations are from this class, because you all said it was really important. So let me start with your first question. What is substance abuse? I won't get into it in a whole lot of detail just because we're going to cover that unit in this course, but what substance abuse is effectively when we utilize whether it's a behavior and or substance and it affects our activities of our daily living. So if it impedes your ability to go to class, if it impedes your ability to go to work, if it impedes some aspect of what you need to be able to accomplish on any given day, and it's a substance that is intervening or keeping you from doing that is considered substance abuse. Now we'll get more into what the difference is with addiction and too, because that's a minor variance. Now, when or how often do we need to have gym attire? And where do we meet? I want to make a point of saying that much of this will be in your syllabus. Again, you'll notice here that on this day in particular, this happens to be Wednesday the 11th. It says we're going to meet in the gym, we're going to have a cardio lab, and it says to bring your clothes. So I tried to do my best to do that, but the other part of it, again, if you sign up with the remind.com through class, and I'll make sure to attach this to this email, that's another way that you can be reminded of when we're going to have a lab and when you'll need to bring those things with you. What are labs? What do these things look like? Well, labs can vary in scope and what they are, but if I can open this up real quick and show you an example of what a lab may look like. So if we look at lab 1.1, for example, these are all in PDF, and apparently we have a little bit of a lag time. Apologize for that. But I'll go ahead and enlarge the screen here. And so a lab will look something like this. And we'll go ahead and we'll fill these out hard copy for the first 3 weeks, but then thereafter you'll be responsible for doing many of these on your own, with the exception of the ones that have a lot of computation. And you're just going to go ahead and read through this. How often, yes, I exercise for at least 20 minutes each day. I walk for at least this. We're just going through and we're going to fill these in. This would be an example of a lifetime assessment or an inventory. Now, so that's just a self-report. Another little different lab that you might run into is something more like 3.3, which is where we're actually putting in data. So we're going to go ahead and put numbers in here. And again, these are ones that we'll tend to work on in class a little bit more. So those are the examples of the labs. Now it'd probably be worth mentioning and talk about what is a log, because people get confused sometimes with labs versus logs. So here's an example of the fitness log. Fitness log is just simply your activities. What qualify for that? Again, things that elevate your heart rate. You can do yoga if it's specific stress management type things, or you're addressing other areas of the physical activity continuum like mobility. But what's the activity? How long did you do that activity? Again, intensity, was it mild, was it moderate, was it high intensity? And if you can put your heart rate, that's even better. Tracking your meals and snacks here, and then any personal side notes and reflections that you may have. So here it is, 4 days a week, at least 30 minutes, and we're looking for 120 minutes per week. This is a log, a fitness log. This is a fitness log. How do we turn in assignments? We're going to turn in assignments on My Graceland. So if we go to My Graceland, and I pull this up, oh, I can't. And we go to our main page, you'll notice here that there's a link. And this link will show you exactly how to upload things to My Graceland. So what is the Get Well GU project? We're really excited about this. We're still kind of tweaking it a little bit to figure out how it is, but effectively it's going to be a research project where you identify, again, areas or barriers to to wellness at Graceland, whether it be physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, environmental, all the different tenets or components of wellness. You choose one. We're going to work in groups of 3 to 5, and you're going to analyze our challenges, offer solutions based on evidence. That's what the GU project, the Get Well GU project is, and our hopes is with it, this is the really cool part, is some of the suggestions that you give that we're able to implement those and actually make wellness even better here at GU. So your opinion is going to count, it's going to matter, and it's hopefully going to change GU forever. What should I learn? Well, that's kind of up to each individual learner, and you can obviously look at the objectives we have on the syllabus. But ultimately, what do I want you to get out of this? I want you to be open-minded. I want you to be a conscientious consumer. I want you to be know how to access resources so that as you leave this class, you're able to take some of the things that you learn, implement them into your everyday life, and also the biggest thing is share them with those people around you so that they can enhance their own lives and live healthy lifestyles. So that's what I hope you learn. How do I make you a superhero? Well, I don't exactly know, and I might have given it away on the last screen, but here's one way that you can go about it. If you just go up here to marvel.com, games/play/31, create your _superhero. Go ahead and you can make your own superhero. I encourage you to do it. Apparently it'd be a lot of fun, so hopefully that answers that question. Will my Graceland stay current on grading? Yes, absolutely. I'll always do my best. Usually within 3 to 4 days, it should be absolutely up to date. The one time when that might have a little lag time is over the weekend. It may not be Monday or Tuesday before something gets put in, but I do my best to stay on top of that. I've already shown you what an exercise or fitness log is. And then, the last couple things regarding your physical activity level. Are you graded on how well you perform the exercise? And the answer to that is no. What I ask is that you give your utmost effort. A lot of these things are about establishing baselines or engaging in better or new behaviors. And all I can ask is that you do your very best. And again, I know there's individual abilities, and I know there's individual illnesses and or injuries that happen along the way. We'll do our best to make adjustments, but I just ask that you have an open mind and think of it as if the rest of the class is active, you're active, we stay engaged the best we can. So be engaged, objective number 1 as it relates to this class. And do we have to run a mile? Well, maybe. And it's not that I necessarily have a lab planned out where we run a mile, but we might certainly engage in some cardiovascular activity that if by the time you added up the 30 minutes of activity, we may very well have run a total of a mile. But do I foresee right now that we're going to have a specific lab that incorporates running the mile? I don't at this point in time, so unless you have another suggestion for me. I hope that answers each of your questions, and I look forward to seeing you all on Wednesday. Have a wonderful day.